I want to get to a little bit more now on this milestone that happened right here on our watch just a short time ago. Take a look with me. In Lower Manhattan, they erected a new beam at One World Trade Center. Folks, it is now higher than the Empire State Building, eclipsed that by 21 feet. It is now New York's tallest skyscraper. Certainly a proud, proud day for New York. Really a proud day for our entire nation. With me now, live from New York, in the shadow of that building, the man who led the design team for the new Trade Center, David Childs, consulting partner at Skidmore, Owings and Merrill. Mr. Childs, thank you for joining me. I know you've been to the top of the building. Do you have butterflies? What can't you see from up there?
Well, of course, you can see all of Manhattan. It's just fantastic, the view from the top of the building. You're across the whole city of the island itself, but also out to the water and the harbor itself.
You know, I was flying into LaGuardia a couple weeks ago and saw at night and saw all the lights up and down the Freedom Tower. My thought was, I got goosebumps. My thought was, wow, that is ground zero. I imagine that was part of the plan, really, to mark this part of Manhattan. What kind of message are you sending?
Yes. Well, the idea, of course, was that when you go to look at it, the memorial is the most important place within the complex. Yeah. But you can't see that from LaGuardia, as you just said. So to have the marker in the sky is an important thing for people traveling around the city. But as a marker, it also says downtown is back. And it now has a place that responds to the midtown of New York that was missing for so long.
Writing that down. Downtown is back. I've seen the time-lapse video. I read that your crews built a new floor. Here it is. Built a new floor every week. What are the biggest challenges in building? I know right now it's officially 1,271 feet. What are the biggest challenges?
Well, of course, any tall tower like that has got a tremendous overturning movement, like a great mast in a sailing ship. The winds are what control the factor, not the weight. Smaller building is the weight of the building that you have to design for. In this case, coming down the Hudson River, those great winds, and such a tall, slender piece has got to be carefully engineered and anchored into all that bedrock, that great granite that's 80 feet down. Once you do that, then you're in pretty good shape. This building is very robust and very solid, and I am very proud about how it has responded to all those technical challenges that we had to reach.
How tall will it be ultimately once the topping out, that the final framework is put in place?
Yeah. Well, the building is very much designed in response to the original towers, and I answer that to answer your question first, because its height is exactly the same height as were the towers, 1,368 feet. Its footprint is the same, so as you look at it, as you are looking at it behind me now, it is the same profile of one of the towers that was there. Now, on top of that will be a sculptural spire of the antenna, and all the information get sent out to the world, and that will be an additional height up to 1,776 feet, which was the number that was called for in the Libeskind master plan.
1,776, that's the ultimate height in footage. And I just want to ask, I'm sure it wasn't far from mine, for you, from the people running the cranes and working construction, just all the lives lost at that site more than 10 years ago now. How has the construction been just over the many months, thinking about those people and honoring those people with this building?
Well, it was tough. In a way, for us, in my own firm, it was therapeutic, because we watched from our windows. Our offices are at 14 Wall Street, that terrible tragedy. We lost an employee who was over there working with one of our interior design clients. So it was therapeutic in a way to be part of the design, but all the way through it, it was something that we thought about. It's wonderful to go down there now. The faces of the people looking in through the guardrail are all smiles. And 10 years ago, there was sadness. And that's a palpable change, and it makes it all worthwhile.
Downtown is back, says David Childs. David, thank you so much.
Great.
Downtown is back.
Thank
I got
you.
you. I hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations on a stunning building. We appreciate it. And now it's the place for celebs and politicians and the folks who get to cover them come together for some laughs. I was honored to attend the White House Correspondents' Dinner over the weekend. And coming up next, we'll share some behind-the-scenes moments and photos. But first, think about this one. What are some items you can live without? Wall Street 24/7 has compiled this list of things Generation Y doesn't plan to buy. Generation Y, by the way, young people born after 1980. So take a look at the top 5 here. That includes landline phones. Forget about it, they say. They don't need to have one. Smartphones go everywhere. Cars they won't buy. The Facebook generation would rather pay for the internet than make a car payment. Newspapers, most newspapers and magazines, are online. What are the top 2 that Gen Y won't buy? Find out after the break.